Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, the opposition leader returns to a hero's welcome. One company burglarized for the third time in 2 months. What thieves got away with. Plus, a conversation from behind bars.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Joaquin. Opposition leader Philip Brave Davis returned to the Bahamas today, 3 weeks after he was airlifted to the U.S. to receive treatment for COVID-19. Davis received a hero's welcome from PLP executives and supporters, some of whom declared that he looked brand new shortly after his plane touched down at Jet Aviation. Davis tested positive for COVID-19 in August and was admitted to a hospital before traveling to the U.S., where his daughter is a physician, for medical treatment. He was discharged from Emory University Hospital in Atlanta on August 27th. While expressing his excitement to be back on home soil, Davis said he's returning to a country that is in crisis.
Things are extremely tough and we remain a nation in crisis.
Davis said he plans to get to work immediately, insisting there are many challenges to overcome.
We are all deeply concerned that the country is not headed in the right direction. And we are going to need to summon the best and brightest amongst us of this country to overcome these difficult times. So it's back to work. I will have a lot more to say in the coming days.
The Ministry of Health confirmed 93 additional cases of COVID-19 today, bringing the total number of cases to 2,814. There were 89 new cases on New Providence, 2 new cases on Grand Bahama, and 1 on Inaga, while the location is pending for 1 case. Health officials also confirmed 2 new deaths, a 73-year-old woman in New Providence who died on August 30th, and a 67-year-old New Providence woman who died on September 3rd. 3 additional deaths are under investigation. The COVID-19 death toll now stands at 65. Meanwhile, 70 cases are in hospital and there are 1,510 active cases. Over 1,200 people have recovered. Well, an early morning argument at a home off Claridge Road has left 1 man dead and another in police custody. Neighbors who overheard the scuffle called the incident shocking. Berthany McDermott has more.
A fight between 2 males turned deadly at a home on Raymond Road shortly after midnight. According to the police report, a man said he was visiting the mother of his children at the home when a male who was at the residence approached him. The pair got into an argument which turned into a physical altercation. Police say one of the men produced a knife, but the other male took it from him, and during the altercation, he stabbed him. The victim died in hospital. Neighbors say they overheard the tragic incident.
Some of the neighbors was on the porch and we was inside actually, and first of all, it was like a bunch of noise, like, you know, when someone fighting. So we thought like they were just fighting because normally that happen on a regular. Like they always having altercations next door, but when we actually heard the lady screaming, that's when we came out. And then when we came out, they ran over there, and that's when we just saw all like everything happened so fast, and all the blood was in the drive-thru.
Now, these neighbors say the fact that the victim was allegedly involved in an altercation comes as a shock to them, considering that he was always such a nice, sweet, and quiet person.
Charles was a nice guy, was a nice person.
You would never know.
He would never know he was home.
See him come
the only
outside
time you
to go
see
to
him,
his car.
the only time you see him is when you see him come or to go to his car, or sometimes he even came over by us to give the children them some activities,
He's
books,
like do tricks and things with
and all kind of things.
That's what
He's a nice guy. You never gonna hear him or nothing.
The sisters say the incident kept them up all night. What made it worse for them was it involved someone they knew.
I even sleep. We put the morning up. Like,
yes, we didn't.
And I know that somebody we know, like, who live right next door. Like, wow. To me, it's sad and hurting me because just that's yesterday evening, he passed and he hailed.
1 man has been taken into custody and is said to be assisting police with their investigations into this incident. Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
An island-wide outage left many New Providence residents without electricity for hours today. The outage came as some students are learning virtually from home. Bahamas Power and Light said in a statement this afternoon the company experienced a problem that caused the 6 engines online at Station 8 to go offline all at once shortly after 1 p.m. BPL's mitigation systems were unable to deal with the sudden and unexpected loss of half the generation on the grid, which led to an island-wide outage. BPL says the first group of customers had their power restored by 2:06 p.m. Well, police are sounding the alarm on romance scams where unsuspecting victims are being fleeced out of thousands of dollars. Head of the Financial Crimes Investigations Branch, Chief Superintendent Matthew Edgecombe, says the rise in cases prompted police to send out an alert about the catfishing scheme. Jasmine Brown has more.
The word catfish is quickly becoming more than a popular television show for an increasing number of Bahamians who are being targeted online and duped out of thousands of dollars. Police say it's becoming a reality and more victims are reporting matters to the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Financial Crimes Investigations Branch. Officer in charge, Chief Superintendent Matthew Edgecombe.
Basically, we see a lot of females who have been defrauded by this, where they promise for marriage, online relationships. But the con artists or the criminal, I call them criminal fraudsters, they convince these persons to somehow give monies away, send monies to them.
And here's how the scam works, according to Edgecombe. Fraudsters using fake names and locations contact victims via social media where they befriend them and after a while begin asking them for money. Edgecombe said he could not say the number of victims who have been defrauded, but he did say in one case a victim was scammed out of $20,000. He added that the ideal victims are individuals who are single, divorced, widowed, or in search of some form of companionship.
We give the criminals, fraudsters, a lot of ammunition to work with. We put up our status, single, we are divorced, we just came out of a relationship. We show them pictures of our homes, etc. And the person know that's how they get to you. And they talk to you, and they're very convincing, and they tell you about their position, which is only a lie. They use other person's pictures to talk to you. You never talk to them in person. You never talk to them or see them or face to face. They will put up a picture.
He added that in one case, a con artist pretended to be military personnel stationed overseas and claimed that he needed money sent to his base to have him released.
I would always say this, when someone is asking you to forward money and send monies to them, that's a number one sign. Monies. They always want someone to send monies to them for various reasons. They give all kinds of different stories why they need this money. Some family member are sick or they're in a predicament. And it's very convincing to the person on the other side, and who believes them. I should say who believe them. We had matters where monies were being sent from the Bahamas, and thousands of dollars over a period of time.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
An early morning robbery in the pouring rain has left a local company wondering how this has happened for the third time in less than 2 months. Nearly $100,000 worth of equipment has been stolen, leaving Bahamas Striping's principals looking for answers.
That's the generator, and you see the lights of the truck, the guys are moving around there. So that's them. They should be pulling out in a couple of seconds.
It played out like a movie. Just after 4 this morning, thieves cut a hole through the fence at Bahamas Striping, reversed the truck, and loaded up.
Upon examination of the property, we realized immediately that a Caterpillar generator that's trailer mounted was missing. That's about a $35,000 generator, along with a cement mixer that's valued at about $15,000. We saw the tire marks when we came in, where they pulled right out of the gate, and on the security footage, we see them driving right down past BAM Automotive and making their way towards the highway.
What makes it worse is this is the third time in 6 weeks the company has been hit by thieves. During the second break-in, the culprits got away with another generator and the battery for the generator they stole this morning. After that incident, the company installed more security cameras, which now helped them capture even more angles of the crooks who made good their escape with the heavy equipment within less than 5 minutes. Unsuspecting police on patrol could be seen on camera just seconds later.
There go the police car.
Seconds later, so police
patrol
car. Not suspecting anything?
No.
Wow.
They obviously did not suspect them. We could not tell because they went out of the view of the camera. So we don't know if they stopped them. But certainly it was before the curfew would have been lifted. So any vehicle on the road at the time should have been stopped by the police.
Over the 3 break-ins, Bahamas Striping President Ontario Mitchell says the company lost about $100,000 worth of equipment. And now a $5,000 reward is being offered for anyone who can assist with bringing these 4 thieves to justice.
What I gathered is definitely, it seems that the criminal are comfortable coming into our property. Like I said, this is our 3rd time. And you know, they go to lengths to get the job done. Looking at it, they access our neighboring property, then cut our gate. And it seemed to be a trend. Like every time they have hit our property, they came in through our neighbor's gate.
Barbed wire, CCTV cameras, there's warnings along the perimeter. But certainly, you know, you can't stop a criminal from thinking and operating.
Mother of 3 who appeared on Our News seeking assistance has landed herself in jail. Jared Higgs caught up with her in a phone interview from prison.
4 months ago, Our News told you the story of 29-year-old Cheyenne Roll, a single and jobless mother of 3.
I don't have no money. I have to go out there and see if I could get it for my kids. I don't have it.
With the pandemic in its early stages, Roll, like so many others, was struggling. But things have gone from bad to worse.
Where are you talking to me from now?
From jail, off the jail phone.
Roll and another man were arrested in Freeport back in early July and charged with marijuana possession. The single mom says the incident came as she was getting set to leave the island. She called us from the Bahamas Department of Corrections on Wednesday after spending more than 2 months on remand and consented to this interview.
I was already dressed to come home that morning with the police bag in the room. And apparently, you know, I was upset and I was yelling and carrying on. Apparently, that's why they locked me up.
After she pleaded not guilty, the magistrate set Roll's bail at $800 with one shirter, but she couldn't post it. Her co-accused pleaded guilty to the offense. She has a court date coming up and recently got a lawyer to help her with her case. She says she's disappointed about the situation.
I mean, I was on a good path. I was like this close to the lady who sent off me and talked to come, you know.
What do you miss most about being outside?
My kids. That's the only thing I think, kids.
Jail conditions aren't terrible, according to Roll, but it's not somewhere she wants to be. She says her loss of freedom has taken a toll on her emotional well-being. She's also concerned about having a criminal record. She promises to focus when she's released.
Try to get my cleaning business and stuff because that's what I want to do. My cleaning business and probably go back to school to PCI because of all of these.
Roll's children are staying with family, and she says they went months without speaking after her arrest. She has a court date on September 15th and hopes to have her matter resolved soon. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jared Higgs.
All right, thanks, Jared. More news on the way, but here's a first look at weather with meteorologist Greg Thompson. Good evening, Greg.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm meteorologist Greg Thompson with your first look at weather. Outside our studios, we have mostly cloudy skies with some light rain, temperature around 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds are out of the southeast at 10 knots. Feels like temperature around 84 degrees Fahrenheit. On our satellite, area of disturbed weather that we're continuing to monitor over the next couple of days, producing widespread showers and thunderstorms across most of the islands. That activity will continue tonight through tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come, teachers vote in favor of industrial action. Plus, the DRA chief says many Dorian pledges came with strings attached. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
Teachers at C.I. Gibson Senior High and D.W. Davis Junior High went home early today after learning of possible COVID-19 cases at those 2 schools. Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson says while the week has been a rough one for those educators who returned to the classroom on Monday, COVID-19 fears on campus have made it no better.
The teachers have invoked their right under the union's agreement to make sure that they remove themselves from an unsafe and unhealthy environment. So we're monitoring those 2 schools at this time.
This makes 3 public schools closed this week over potential exposure to the virus. Public schools are set to reopen October 15th for virtual learning. However, teachers voted in a straw poll yesterday to take industrial action. Wilson says a meeting is being held to determine what course of action to take.
Say this, industrial action does not only contain a strike. There are various methods of industrial action. We're having a meeting today and we'll decide which method we will invoke.
Well, the government is working to collect those pledges promised to the Bahamas back in January, according to the director of the Disaster Reconstruction Authority, K. Forbes Smith, who revealed the DRA won't be able to take advantage of many pledges because they had strings attached. Georgia Bain reports.
The Disaster Reconstruction Authority has not been able to take advantage of many pledges to assist with Hurricane Dorian relief efforts because they had strings attached, according to DRA Director K. Forbes Smith.
A lot of the other pledges were pledges that we probably couldn't even take advantage of, because sometimes, and I don't want to call out the donor's name because I think it would be inappropriate, but we would have had a pledge from someone, for example, this is an example, who may have said, we will give you $500,000 towards project management. But what it meant was they wanted us to hire them, for example, to be the project managers for a specific project.
Forbes Smith explained that the DRA was not going to get involved with pledges where it would have to spend $50 million to get $1 million. The DRA director also explained why the government chose not to take advantage of the $1.67 billion pledge by the P3 group, which accounts for 65% of the pledges.
They are a private equity firm who pledged $1.67 billion in equity financing if the government or the DRA was interested in taking them up on that. But when you look at some of these things that people are offering, like that probably was at an interest rate of 7%. The government or the DRA would not be looking at, any kind of financing arrangement to the tune of 7%. We've got to be smarter in terms of when we talk about financing and what percentage rate and the cost of money.
Forbes Smith also noted that while over $300,000 was pledged in cash, only $109,000 has been collected.
We received $109,000 of that cash that day. The other $200,000 or so, we have not gotten that cash yet. And that was pledged by a local donor in the Bahamas. And I think a lot of what's going on with some of the monies not coming in has a lot to do with the COVID-19 and where companies find themselves.
But all is not lost, according to Smith, who said while that pledge conference did not yield the promised funds, other donors have come forward.
We have a donor who I'm working with to donate about 2,000 laptops for virtual learning for the schools in the disaster zone.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Georgia Bain.
Still to come, how Grand Bahama businesses are faring during the COVID-19 pandemic. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. Business owners on Grand Bahama have suffered a double whammy over the past year. First, they took a beating during Hurricane Dorian. Then came COVID-19. They shared with Jillian Gray their struggles in recent months.
After last year's monster storm in Grand Bahama, many businesses did not recover. Storefronts once booming with businesses sit abandoned. After being in the paint business for over 40 years, management over at the Paint Fair in Grand Bahama said they feel lucky to still be able to run their business after enduring last year's deadly storm.
Devastation and more mold that you can shake a stick at in the shop. And we were lucky compared to a lot of people on the island. You know, I mean, we still have the store open, and we still, you know, are helping our locals to get what they need. But there's so many people that, you know, they couldn't get back on their feet, which was hard.
Floor manager Eric Baptista said last year was devastating for business owners in Grand Bahama. Their store lost thousands of dollars in equipment and inventory and had to be rebuilt from the ground up. Despite the challenges of Dorian and adjustments due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Paint Fair was able to retain all their staff.
We are who we are because of the customers that frequent us, who know what we can do for them, and our staff. I mean, we didn't have to furlough anybody.
Meanwhile, Ricky Rabbit of Island Inc. has been in business for 12 years. With 4 feet of water in his shop from Dorian, it took him a few months to bounce back from that storm.
We've had ups and downs, but we try to keep the ball rolling and stuff. And believe it or not, it's all God's grace. We did not become functional again at least until late November, early December, you know what I mean, rolling into the new year, you know. So it took a while making house calls and stuff to really resupply and restock and everything, because it's all out of pocket.
After being closed for weeks because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Ricky said business is finally picking up. Along with the usual safety protocols of masks and hand sanitizing, he said he's adjusted his business model to appointments only, even making house calls for those who don't feel comfortable going to the shop.
We just get ourselves nice and, you know, protected and everything, you know, get our gloves, masks, you know, hand sanitizer sprays and all that good stuff. And we try to keep it, we let them know, even though it's your house, we'll let you know, okay, have a nice room set up for us where it could just be me and the helping the customers.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jillian Gray.
Well, some Grand Bahama residents say they feel abandoned by their island's representatives. Following Hurricane Dorian last year and amid the COVID-19 pandemic, East End resident Maria Jones said there is a lot of work to do to boost the island's economy, but she does not feel that their members of parliament are getting the job done.
We have accepted that you have abandoned us. And what we want to see is the members of parliament that were elected to do what they're supposed to do in Grand Bahama. We want to see them doing their jobs. We pay them. A lot of them are paid $80,000, up to $80,000. We wish we can see that kind of money here in Grand Bahama.
The Deputy Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Peter Tank West, I voted for him and I've never seen his face. Not once. Not once. Not once. Not once. Not once. It's over.
Residents recently protested a proposed fee on their electricity bills. Jones said she and other East End residents are still living in damaged homes and added they desperately need help.
Clearwater Cove, Lady Lake, those are communities in the eastern end of Grand Bahama that has been decimated. They do not exist. I live in East Grand Bahama as well, and it is absolutely demolished. It is finished, and you have done nothing to help us here in Grand Bahama. We are just imploring you. There's nothing much we can say, but you have not done what you have promised. You have not lived up to the things that you have promised in your manifesto. I believe out of 10 things you have done, maybe one.
The NFL season officially underway. That's coming up when Our News returns.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
The NFL season officially underway with the first game now in the books. Marcellus Hall has all the highlights.
With the NFL season getting started in earnest last night with Kansas City beating up on the Houston Texans, Rev subscribers now gearing up for what will be the debut of NFL Sunday Ticket. We have more right now. Defending NFL champs, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans in the first game of the 2020-2021 football season. Chiefs showing no signs of a Super Bowl hangover. They put up 31 unanswered points after an early Texans touchdown. They go on to win comfortably 34-20 a final. Patrick Mahomes, 211 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Sunday now, we'll see most of the remaining teams take to the field as we take a look now at your upcoming schedule, highlighted by a number of great matchups, including the Seahawks against the Falcons, Dolphins against the New Look Patriots, and the Buccaneers taking on the Saints. Of course, the opportunity to sign up for a Sunday Ticket to not miss any of the action still available to Rev customers with the Rev Trio promotion. Delmaro Duncombe, head of small and medium accounts at Rev, says business owners can benefit as well.
The NFL is back, and so we want the business public to know that we have the NFL Sunday Ticket available for them to allow their patrons, which we're encouraging outdoor dining, of course, and all the social distancing requirements. But the NFL Sunday Ticket is going to be available for all businesses, and we're offering special rates for it. We just want them to give our business solutions team a call at either 601-8911 in Nassau, Bahamas. That's 601-8911, or if you're in the Family Islands, 601-8811. Or alternatively, they can email us at businesssolutions@cablebahamas.com. That's businesssolutions@cablebahamas.com. The NFL Sunday Ticket is back. We're offering special rates. Please give us a call because we want to get you in the game.
So it seems we're all set up for all the football action you can handle. Reporting for Our News, I'm Marcellus Hall.
And that's a look at news. We throw it back to meteorologist Greg Thompson for the extended weather forecast.
Thanks again, Kyle. I'm meteorologist Greg Thompson with your second look at weather. On our satellite, lots of moisture associated with an area of disturbed weather that the National Hurricane Center has bumped up to about a 70% chance for some formation. We'll continue to watch the system as it pushes towards the east. We could see some more showers and thunderstorms tonight through tomorrow. Your boating forecast for the Northwest Bahamas tonight through tomorrow: southeast winds 15 knots, seas running 3 to 5 feet over the ocean, while the central and southeast Bahamas and east to southeast flow at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will be at 9:53 tonight. Here's a look now at your national forecast. Now look at your extended forecast through Wednesday. That's a look at your weather. Make it a great night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Kyle Joaquin. Remember, you can catch Our News on the Go with RevGo Play app. Have a good Friday evening, Bahamas.